Hello, my name is Jeremy Walker and I am headmaster of St Peter's School in York. And normally at this time of year I would be across in Hull speaking to you in person about the opportunities that are on offer for the Archbishop Sentiment Academy Sixth Form Scholarship across to St Peter's. And obviously I can't be with you this year, but we will have the chance to welcome visitors to St Peter's if you'd like to do that as part of following up from this presentation to find out a bit more about the opportunity. But ordinarily what I would be doing is I'd be across just trying to sketch out a little bit for you about the nature of St Peter's and the nature of the scholarship and how it works. It's in its 6th year now, and it's something that we value an enormous amount and which has given a lot of opportunities to pupils from Archbishop Sentiment Academy as well. And so it's something which I hope will be of interest to some of you. Well, first, let me tell you something about St Peter's. In terms of location, we're situated in York, around 6 minutes walk from the city centre. And the school educates children from the age of 2 to 18, split into 3 sections sharing the same site. The senior school here starts in year 9 and has just under 600 students from the ages of 13 to 18 and a mixture of boarding students and day students. It's situated on a 50-acre site which goes down to the river in one direction with lots of playing fields and sports facilities, and at the other end of the site, just outside the room I'm speaking to you from, if you were to turn right out of the school gate, within about 6 minutes you would be in the middle of York. The A-level results are very strong here, and the majority of students go on to university courses, with some also going on to degree apprenticeships, drama or art school, and some going straight into joining the armed forces. There are 22 A-level subjects to choose from, as well as the extended project qualification, and there's a programme alongside that of sixth form lectures, academic societies and trips and visits. And all of our pupils take part in co-curricular activities with a very wide range indeed, including a lot of sport, drama, music, community action, debating societies and many more besides. And focusing particularly on the needs of sixth formers, we have a very strong careers department that provides one-to-one advice and a number of events each year, including careers talks and preparation for applications after school. And to fit all that in, we do run a 6-day week, but that does of course mean that we have significantly longer holidays as well to make up for it. A little over 130 of our students are boarders, and we have 5 boarding houses, 2 for boys, 2 for girls and 1 junior boarding house. And boarding may or may not be something that you've thought about before. And if you do decide to apply, there will be an opportunity to come and visit St Peter's and see the boarding houses as part of the process. But the main things to understand are that boarding is all based around a real sense of community, friendship, fun and support. Each house has between 30 to 40 students, so there are always people around you of your same age with games rooms, kitchens and other shared spaces as well as the bedrooms. Each house has people who are called housemasters or housemistresses, and they're normal regular teachers as part of the school life, but they have that second role as well in the boarding house. And they live in their area of the house with their families, as well as tutors who also have flats in their part of the house as well, and other members of staff who come in to do duty in the evenings and on the weekends. And their role is to look after the boarders, to guide and support them on personal and their academic development, arrange house activities, and be the main point of contact to keep in touch with home. Well, a typical day in the life of a boarder is getting up and coming across to the main dining room for breakfast, and that's sort of any time between 7:30 and 8:20. Then there's the normal school day, which is the same as for the day students, although boarders can go back to their houses at break times, lunch times and during free periods for study. After school finishes, there's some downtime before everyone eats supper together and then goes back to the house for homework, which everyone does at the same time. And that finishes at around 8:30 in the evening, and after which some of the boarders use facilities at school, such as the gym or the swimming pool. Others choose to use the house computer games at places, the pool tables, and some choose perhaps to get on with some more work or just have some downtime. And then there are house meetings to gather everyone together, organise any activities or house competitions, and more food provided before heading off to bed. And if you're wondering, all your laundry is done for you, and if your birthday happens to be whilst you're here at school, it's celebrated in great style with all your friends in the boarding house as well. Well, as I said, school finishes about 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoons, and most of our students who are boarders stay over the weekend, with some going home. So the longest you would be at school without a holiday, half term or a weekend where we all stop on Friday afternoons, which we do about 5 times a year, is for 5 weeks at any one time. And boarders are very easily in touch with home as well, and living in the boarding house means you make friends and develop independence as you prepare for your life after school. And during the time you're at school, you obviously have the 50-acre campus with sports, music, drama, library and other facilities, and also the great city of York, which is only a few minutes away from the school. Boarding really is a great experience. My father was in the army, which meant that we moved around every 2 years. So I was lucky enough to get support from the military, which meant that I was able to go to boarding school from the age of 8 to 18. I wouldn't have changed that for the world, because for me, it meant not losing contact with home and friends, but it did mean opening up lots of opportunities and was really fantastic preparation for life. So as I say, every year for the last 5 years, we've had someone from ASA come and join St Peter's. It's something that we really value and we think it provides a great opportunity. To explain it in a little more detail, the scholarship provides the full 2-year boarding place in the 6th form at St Peter's, and it covers the total cost and the full costs of your tuition, the boarding accommodation, meals, compulsory clothing that you need for school kit and games kit, and equipment for example, your school suits that you might need as well. It covers one major school trip, usually an overseas one, during your time at the school, and plus any essential equipment or clothing that might be required for that trip. All of your exam fees, and it pays for any sort of formal clothing that you need to wear for attending school events. And in addition, St Peter's also helps with travel expenses relating to university open days, travel to and from home, and some personal pocket money. And it really is intended to make sure that you don't need to provide anything of that for yourselves, that the school makes sure that everything you could possibly need is made sure that it's there for you. So the process and the next steps are as follows. Please, first of all, let Ms Hill know if you might be interested in finding out more about this scholarship, and we'll then follow that up with a Zoom session in the next couple of weeks where we can show you our virtual tour, and you and your families can have the opportunity to ask me or my colleagues any questions you might have. An opportunity for you to visit St Peter's before the end of this term, and that might be a little bit limited compared to previous years, but we'll definitely make sure you have an opportunity to see the school and meet some staff and some pupils. We asked for some applications to be made, so if you'd like to apply for the scholarship, to be made immediately after the Christmas holiday. And we will hold entrance tests, which this year is likely to be done at ASA, and that will be based on work you're currently doing and some of your thoughts about your A-level choices, and that will take place in January. And then we'll make a decision and offer a place in February. So if you'd like more information, there's a lot of information on the school website, including films showing you a tour of the school and of our boarding houses. So just search for St Peter's School, York. I really hope this has been helpful for you. Ms Hill and her colleagues at ASN, and a very big hello to you and to Mr Bell and all my colleagues across at ASA. I hope you're keeping well, and hope really very much to see you in person before too long. So they are very closely involved in the process, colleagues across at ASA, and thank you so much for listening, giving me your time. I really do hope you'll consider the opportunity and at the very least go on to find out some more about it to help you decide whether it's something that you'd like to pursue. And I hope that really goes well for you. And I hope also that all of you are having a good new year across at ASA, and I can't wait for the next opportunity I have to come across and visit in person as well. But for now, I hope to be hearing more from you about this scholarship opportunity.